Welcome to A-Muse-in Express. My name is Esther Francis, and we're here celebrating the spring equinox, which is about to occur on Saturday. Today is Thursday, so we're just hopping on board a little early. I invite you, as I light this candle, to think of a quality, a dream, something that you would like to bring more fully into your life. And as this flame makes contact with this candle, just allow yourself to imagine what that feels like with that quality in your life. And breathing that in and feeling the connection with Mother Earth, our mother, while we are embodied. Thank you for being with us. Okay, time is precious, and there's a lot I want to share today. First, I got the inclination that it would be a good idea to take a card from a deck I've been using for many, many years, The Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. And he's no longer with us, but his wisdom is still here with us. So I'm going to sit down now, and I want to give thanks and gratitude to my dear friend David, who is here behind the other side of the camera. And I'm going to ask him to give the word now, as I'm going to shuffle 3 times. 1, uno, whoops, dos. And I love this deck because it connects us with and more fully with the Earth community. And there's the 3rd. So say now when you feel the...
Bird's the word.
Birds. Whoops. Oh, I love it. We get the earthworm. The earthworm is a very powerful creature because in permaculture, the earthworm, we celebrate the earthworm because it's what makes the soil so permeable, so fertile, so rich. And in this particular deck, it's working old ground. So what comes to mind is patience and how things don't just happen. Even these things that seem to just happen have a predecessor, even the word present, right? The gift is in the present. Well, present though, if you take pre, which means before, sent, and you put that hyphen in there in present, it indicates that the present didn't just come out of nowhere, unless you think of nowhere as now here, which it always is. And phonetically, you can check that out. Anyhow, I'm going on a little flight here I hadn't planned. So I want to share a celebration. I'm very much immersed in a 100-day Siddha Veda Ayurvedic course training based on this magnificent book by Dr. Clint G. Rogers, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, a Western Skeptic, an Eastern Master, and Life's Greatest Secrets. And I am loving what I'm learning, and I want to share a few things with you in this call. And so Clint was able to apprentice with Dr. Naram, who many consider one of the planet's greatest Ayurvedic healers. And this particular lineage goes back to the physician of the Buddha. It's a 2,500-year-old lineage. And what I love most about it is its practicality, and that it covers the whole spectrum of spirit, mind, body, you name it, it's included. And one of the principles, Dr. Naram says, 95% of people on this planet do not know what they want. But then he goes on to say something even more important, that then they also, besides that, not knowing what they want, then let's say 95%, I think it is, of the other people, of those people, or whatever the percentage is that's left, can get what they want, but they still don't enjoy it. And he goes on to say that only 1% of people actually know what they want, achieve it, and then enjoy it. So, with that as context, I'm going to share with you something that just happened for me. And what it is that I submitted, well, it was really interesting synchronistically, because the emphasis has been on appreciating mother in this 100-day training, particularly in the last 2 weekends. And about 10 days ago or so, I got an invitation for a songwriting contest, and it's on mothers. So I decided, what the heck, I'm going to submit a song that I wrote called Mother Earth Calls. Here's how it looks, because it's also the title song of my CD, Mother Earth Calls. And I did. And I just got notified 2 days ago that it's accepted, and it's going to be featured on podcast on the 19th of April week. And it's going to, what did she say? I just kind of mind-blowing, that there will be exposure to over 10,000 monthly listeners, and the show's promoted to over 60,000 social media followers. Wow. So one of the things that I've learned is to celebrate this and really feel the joy of this accomplishment, because at the beginning of this course, we were asked, what do we want? So I'm asking you now, what do you want? And what do you really want? It's kind of a Zen question, because there's so many levels to it. But one of the things I said was that, one, I wanted a more flexible, healthy physical body, including shedding pounds. Okay. I'm wearing this today because I couldn't have worn this. Like 6 weeks ago, I would have looked pregnant in it. And now it fits nicely. So this is I love this piece of clothing. It was given to me by my dear friend. And I treasure it. Mira gave that to me because of that, but also because I love the beauty of it. And I haven't been able to wear it for a couple of years. So yes, thank you. I'm celebrating that. And then the other was that, more importantly, is I wanted this health and radiance because I want to share the gifts that I've been given, and primarily the gifts of song and poetry and writing. That feels really important to me. And one of the reasons is to encourage people to follow their dreams. I love music. Music and dancing are like way up there on the top of my list of favorite things on this planet. And when I was in 3rd grade, it was my favorite. I had such a great time singing in class. And then going into 4th grade, they did this thing. They created a formal choir, glee club, whatever it was called. And for some reason, I wasn't accepted. And between that and also my family's collaboration with the idea that I couldn't sing, I literally went through life convinced I couldn't sing. And then songs started coming to me when I was about 31 years old. And a lot of them came like a baby, full born. All the words, the melody, the whole deal. But I didn't have a clue as to how to sing and was convinced I couldn't. But I recorded them thinking I'd give them to somebody eventually. Long story short, through many years, I'm now singing my own songs. And I want to sing to you this song, Mother Earth Calls, that just got included in this podcast where it's going to reach so many people. I have the instrumental version that I'm going to start over here, and then I'm going to come sing with it. Okay, and here we go. We've got to enter password again. And we're gonna get more. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's another one. Let your love flow, feel the sap rising, the sun streams, clear the mist away, Mother Earth calls you to awaken, on this beautiful day, when the dawn breaks, feel the resurrection, when Earth wakes, open your heart, soul streams, spirit's exaltation, spirit feeds your heart, set your deep love free. She calls you to remember from the deeps of her seas. Calls you to the mountains from her peaks you can see. Mother Earth calls you to the fountain, drink deep, remember who you are today. And I'm thanking my wonderful band, the Holographic Donuts, all from the East Coast. It's a marvelous band of Woodstock and area musicians. Thank you. So, great time to bring in gratitude. Gratitude for this earth, this breath, this day, this life. Yes, there are challenges, but wow. You can see that's a blessing. We're here. Let your love flow. Feel the sap rising, sun streams. Clear the mist away. Mother Earth she calls you to awaken, on this beautiful day, when the dawn breaks. Feel the resurrection, when Earth wakes. Open your heart, soul streams, spirit's exaltation, spirit feeds your heart, set your deep love free. Spirit feeds your heart, set your deep love free. Yeah. Oh, that was fun. Oh gosh. So, I never ever would have dreamt that was even possible in this life. So please, 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 your dreams, really allow your dreams to speak to you, talk to you, encourage you. And, you know, spring equinox, I did a chart for the energies that are going to be emphasized in this next quadrant until the summer solstice. And Neptune and Pisces are really, really powerful. We have Venus and Pisces conjunct the Neptune by 8 degrees, which is a little big, but we're counting it. And Venus is conjunct the Aries 0 degree, first degree of spring. That's important because a lot of people consider this to be one of the most powerful days of the year, because that yang energy, that we're moving into equilibrium, but everything's always moving, 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 nothing stops. And it's that celebration, though, of that very short little time when there's actually that equal light and dark, yin and yang, as we move into greater yang energy, more activity. So dream, Mars act, and embrace. And we have Aquarius, the Saturn, the Jupiter, embracing the diversity, embracing community, and big awakening to being one with the earth. We come out of the earth. We're not separate from the earth. We're not separate from the earth community. Time to let go of these old concepts that are creating havoc on the planet. And communication is really emphasized with a Gemini moon, a north node, the direction we're going to be moving in, and Mars in Gemini. And one of the things I've noticed is that I do find disturbing is that it seems like there is a greater and greater challenge for people to be able to listen and to not be identified all the way with thinking that what they think is who they are. And tolerance, having tolerance and the willingness to hear, to listen, to move into greater unity. And that's one of my wishes that I would love to see happening. So on that note of what I'd love to see coming into being, I have a poem that I wrote many years ago in 1994, and as you can see, the theme in the spring, it's really resurrection, awakening, new life. I lived on the East Coast in the cold for many, many years, and it's so, those crocuses that come through the snow, it's a big deal. Okay, awakening. What would one day be like if the whole world over, each person could rise at their own natural time of awakening? Would we be like loaves in a bakery, well yeasted and full, rather than puffed up, empty of essence, tubes of packaged bread lined up like shoes on supermarket shelves? One day, everywhere, each person rising in harmony with their own inner tempo, awakening to the music of bird call or creaking baseboards instead of clattering alarm clocks catapulting us out of our dreams. We are still not free as long as nets infest our homes and drag us from our natural habitats into sterile surroundings. In soulless places, voices are slaughtered, sacrificed to the drone of the rusty, hinged machine of matter leached of spirit. Ruby blood grows pale, starved for inspiration in anemic workplaces. Spirit longs to soar above the din of drudgery, to coast on its own breath, to glide wild, filled with flight. We yearn to rise and fall on the tides of our own rivers, freed from dams and the false gods of control and domination. We arise to our own shrill call of awakening. I want to read another poem. I just feel moved to share these. Sometimes poetry says things that are very hard to convey in our regular communications. This one's called Fragility. Parchment quickly becomes colored rivulets as letters are erased by an accidental collision with glass filled with drink. To write about fragility is to hear the cries and see the frayed seams of family eroded by miles and years of not together. Butterfly wings are fragile, yet their strength transports them across continents. We are fragile. Many of us are broken. Oceans are fragile. Seized by greed and poisons, nets take swim, fish from their swim. Coral is fragile. Colonies fade from orange to brown and die when balance is lost. Balance is a verb despite our futile attempts to turn it into a noun. Emerge from the cocoon of conditioning. Glide again on wings of grace. Do you hear the crows cackling warning and taste the honeyed breath? Release the fascination with the fallacy of independence. Birth a new earth with the truth of belonging. We are all connected. We are the healers, the awakeners, the ones that weave a new way. Fly on the fragile butterfly wings of possibility. Heal our aching earth. I actually wrote that, I see, and here in Santa Cruz when I guess I was visiting before I moved here in September of 2011. So now's the time. I do wish I could hear from you, and I just want to convey another wonderful principle from the ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, which is the importance of gratitude, and the precept that no matter what our challenges and difficulties, Dr. Naram said the seeds of an equal benefit are something even greater or embedded right there. And I want to share with you something you can do for greater calm and ease. It's to take your right index finger and to press right above your upper lip and below your nose, and you can take your left hand, hold the back of your head, and we're going to press 6 times. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you don't have to take deep breaths. You can do it rapidly. The other day I was frustrated with not being able to reach a friend and I was running late. And I really rapidly did that. Everything's done in intervals of 6. And then I did the spot right here, the third eye. We can do that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, as slowly and mindfully, or even if you're in a traffic jam and you're stopped and it's safe and you're feeling frustrated, you can do that. And another one I want to share that's really important, it's funny, you know, when with the third finger has association with being angry and, you know, kind of asserting it in a very aggressive way.
Whatever do you mean?
It's the Saturn finger. You know, and the Saturn finger, Saturn is about boundaries. So it's very fascinating how this stuff all connects together. And when we get angry, it's usually because we feel there's some infringement on a boundary. Often, and it is, you know. So, but then what we do with the anger, that becomes a whole other deal. But anyhow, that third finger can also be used for immunity. So you can take your left hand and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I use sometimes my thumb and just press 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These little techniques are called Maarmas, and there's a number of them in this book that I just recommend so highly. There's just, if I was going to have to choose 5 or 10 books for the rest of my life, this would definitely be one of the primary ones. So I know our time, we're mindful of time today. And I'm going to share one more poem. This is, I guess, all the poetry, maybe because of the Neptune, maybe because of the Venus and Pisces, which just happens to be conjunct my own today. I feel inspired this way. One day, let today be the day we shall walk out of this house. One day, we shall walk out of this house of fear. Why not today? Today, into the home that's always been waiting for us. Today, when my feet touch the ground, I rejoice to be part of the sacred earth. Today, I listen to my own singing as if I were listening to the birds. Today, my goldfish bowl shatters, and once again, I join the sea and sky in rapture. Today, the only one day I know we all belong. And I'm going to end with, hi Michaellogue, another compatriot, another co-creative partner in the magic of sharing over this amazing medium where we can communicate with people from all over the world. That old proverb of one door shutting and another one opening definitely has relevance, as does breakdown and breakthrough, and so important to be able to ease into greater context, greater picture, see what the opportunity is within. Where is that still point in the center of the cyclone, so to speak? So I wish you all an absolutely divine and wondrous spring and reawakening and joy. I think it really is the beauty that abounds in springtime, and that sense of rebirth, and is so powerful. So may you feel that. And I'm going to conclude this session with Mother Divine Rock, which this time the music isn't my own. I was inspired to put these lyrics in 1991 to the tune Rock My Soul in the Bosom of Abraham, and I just realized, I guess why it wanted to come out today is this idea that's so important of the balance of the yin and the yang. And so many of our traditions that are of religious or spiritual nature tend to be partial to the he, and I love the word she because he doesn't include she. The S is kind of, cut off like the head cut off. But if you take the word she, S-H-E, and you hyphen between the S and the H, she includes he. It's inclusive. There's no difference in competition as one being the one, the both and more. So I'm for the both and the amor.
It's like man and woman.
The love, yeah. As expressed in an outward form and an inward form. So this song, the lyrics have to do with Quanya and Isis. These are names of archetypes of the divine feminine, and that live within us all. So here we go. Let's see if I can remember how I'm going to do this. Rock my soul in the bosom of Quanya. Rock my soul in the bosom of Quanya. Rock my soul in the bosom of Quanya. Oh, Mother Divine, rock our souls in the bosom of Isis. Rock our souls in the bosom of Isis. Rock our souls in the bosom of Isis. Mother, rock my soul. can partner you, oh, Mother Divine. Your beautiful hills been on fire. Your sacred valley is filled with smoke. Your blessed rivers filled with poison by ignorant folk. Let us play again on your mountains. Let us swim again in your lakes. Let us thank you with joyous dancing. Let us thank you for the food you made. Awaken us so we can see you. Awaken us so we can heed you. Awaken us so we can receive you. Oh, Mother Divine, awaken us. Awaken us. Awaken us. Awake in us. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, David. Thank you, Mother Earth, Father Sky. Thank you, all the holy elements. Thanks to may all beings have happiness and causes of happiness. May all thrive. May all be well. May all find the love deep in the heart and know the joy of life once again. Blessings. Till the next time. Namaste.
And happy spring.
What?
And happy spring.
A happy spring and aloha. We always want to go alo. And remember, alo can also be aloha. We want to keep the laughter in there.